Christina here from Nature's Acres, and we've had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes lately. So we are officially registered pork producers. Woo! So super excited. And what we did decide to do is to go for the on-farm slaughter license here. So what that means is for anyone who is interested in one of these little ham bones, one of these guys. Hi guys! They're like, oh, you have food for me. Is that you would have to buy the whole pig and then we can process it for you here on the farm. So if you would like to place an order, you can definitely do that, either messaging us through Messenger, or you can reach me on my cell, which is on our Facebook page, Nature's Acres Building an Albertan Homestead. So that is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. And we got all of our paperwork is in the mail, or got it now. It was in the mail and we got it. So that is pretty exciting. We've got all of our meat birds are now on pasture as well. So they're out in the tractor in our soup coop over here, and they are happily eating grass. But we also have our mean rooster in there who's going to be soup because I'm tired of his shenanigans. So but also, so the same thing applies for our meat chickens, that if you guys are interested in a bird, you can buy a whole bird and we can process it for you here on the farm. So pretty cool. We've also been doing, well, I've been doing a ton of canning and trying to process and harvest in the garden. And I'm just about to check for my gazillionth zucchini because I know there's probably more. Every day I come out here and I'm like, oh gosh, there's 8 more zucchinis, lovely. So I think I have I've gone through a whole bunch and I've been pickling them and pineappling them and making bread and fritters and pancakes and cookies and muffins and everything. But I think I'm down to about 20 in the fridge right now. So we're getting there slowly. We're getting through all the zucchini. But I just processed our first bowl of tomatoes and did a double batch of salsa. So yay! And other than that, our pumpkins and squash are coming along good. I think we might be hooped on our butternut squash though. I think they got too wet. There isn't a single one on there. On a single one of those plants, there's about 20 plants and not one of them has a bloom on it. So lovely, but that's okay. That's okay. We lost some things, but did really well in others. I got to process, the beets are all officially processed. I got to process the other half of the turnips. And apparently we're getting like a little bumper crop of jalapenos. So I might even make some cowboy candy. So stay tuned for that. Exciting stuff. So it has been a little bit dreary around here with the weather, but you know what? Autumn is coming and it's time to get our butts in gear. We got a lot to do before the snow flies. We're going to be working on our chicken coop, or my garden shed to chicken coop conversion, and we're going to be winterizing the run and all that here soon. We have to also winterize the pig pen because the first couple months, it won't be till probably November, December. It's starting to get cold there. So we got a bit of work to do. I know Fred was out in the backfield starting to cut bales, which is good. We'll see how much we get off of it because some of it's just not worth it. So we'll see what he does. We're looking into getting some of our own equipment, which is going to be exciting, and we'll see what can happen over the next few weeks. But yes, that's kind of what's going on around here, and stay tuned for more exciting stuff. Yes, and I did forget, as I have my handful of zucchinis and eggs and cherry tomatoes. We also, tomorrow, we will have the forensics structural engineer coming in to check out our basement. So our back of our front of our house is gorgeous now. Woohoo, super excited. But our back is still a disaster. So they want to come and check it out and see what can be done, and hopefully it's not messing with the actual foundation of the house, and the grade beams are okay, but we're gonna have to check everything out. So we've had a huge dehumidifier in our office and pumping hot air into our basement trying to dry it out, and then sucking out the wet air and pumping it outside. So we've had that going for the whole long weekend, and they'll be here tomorrow to kind of judge and see what the next steps are. So we'll keep you updated on that. I'm here hoping that insurance is going to be helpful. So let's see.
Well, today is a day. I went out to visit Uncle Gary yesterday out in Viking. I typically like to go and help him out. He had a stroke not too long ago, and he's tough moving around, and I help him out, keep his house a little bit clean and stuff. So I went out there last night, and he convinced me, didn't really have to convince me too hard, but we had a few beers. So today is a lazy day, and then I was sitting on the couch when I got a call from my good friend Dan, and he informed me that my truck is ready. So here it is. He built me this badass deck for my truck because my box was all crippled from throwing a round bale in it last winter. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start doing square bales, and I want a way to haul the square bales out to the round feeder. And so I said, build me a flatbed, Dan. And he actually owns a little business called the Bearded Brothers. Check them out on Facebook. They do a magnificent job at all sorts of fabrication. And they built me this, I gave them the boards, so don't think that I told him to throw these on there, or he would have put a lot nicer boards on there. But I said I'm going to beat him up anyways. So I went and delivered him some rough cut 2x6s, and he put them on for me. So basically, yeah, it's super nice, man. He did a really, really, really good job. I'm super pleased with what he did, and I mean, these guys are awesome. Like, they did it so quickly. They did it so quick. They did a good job. It's very affordable. I mean, it could be expensive depending on what you want, because they do pretty much just custom fabrication. So this is kind of what I wanted. So, or like, he could build anything. I mean, I could have put toolboxes underneath, but that's just more for me to wreck. So, but prior to this, I had a box. I guess it's laying on the ground over here. And super cool, super cool idea. I'm going to use this box in the winter. I'm going to put square bales in it for the cattle. I don't have very many cattle. I do have round bales. I could chuck a round bale in there too. But I figured, shit. May as well use it as a bale feeder. Keep the bale off the ground in the snow, out of the snow in the winter. So if anybody's got any boxes sitting around that they don't want to use for anything, and they have cows, use it as a feeder. It's perfect. However, this is the old junker that he removed. So like, they removed the box, and then put new lights in and everything. I'm just so thrilled, because that box was just beat, and the fender flares were busted up. I was driving through the bush last winter harvesting wood, and I clipped a tree and smashed it apart. So, and then I think Uncle Dean, he bombed it through the bulrushes onto the lake and broke through and jumped the back end up, and it cracked a rim, and I think the other fender blew off too. So it was just in rough shape, and it's all rusty underneath it too. So it was time to go, and the truck is like pretty nice truck still. So, and it runs great. Don't burn no oil. She's got 300 on her, but it was just highway kilometers when my little brother was using this truck as a welding rig, actually, at one point in time. And I traded him out. I gave him my diesel dually, as I couldn't afford the payments anymore, because I wasn't making the big bucks like I used to. So he took over my dually and took over the payments, and then I bought this off him for a reasonable price. And yeah, so a little bit of a transformation. I think it looks pretty good. And he gave me a little bit of a headache rack there at the front there, so I can bungee strap jerry cans or whatever to it. And now I don't have a box that I can just collect garbage in all the time. So yeah, I'm pretty happy, man. Did a darn good job. So compliments to the Bearded Brothers Fabrication, and I think it's Bearded Brothers Fabrication and Labor. And they do everything. Like these guys do everything. And they're farmers too, so if you need anything farm fresh, call the Bearded Brothers and they will help you out. That's Dan McLeod and Matt McLeod, just out of Lac Saint Anne County. And they do work everywhere, so don't let the location deter you. They're not limited to location. They'll get it done for you. Anything you need. So give them a shout, guys. If you want a skookum flatbed bale hauling beast like this. Bye for now.